All right, today we are happy to welcome a bus into the Players Club. Jerome Bettis, Hall of Famer. We get some big names, but this is a big name right here.
This is huge, yes.
And a Hall of Famer, as bruising and talented as any running back in NFL history over his illustrious career with the Rams and the Steelers. We'll get into the Get on the Bus contest that you're working with in just a second. First of all, just good to have you here. How's everything going?
Everything's going well. Thanks for having me, and it's great to be here.
Yeah, it's a thrill to have you. And so right off the bat, I got to ask you, you follow football. You know what's going on. We're in New York. Have you heard about Odell Beckham? Just a little. What do you make of what's going on with the Giants and Odell Beckham right now?
Right now, this is the posturing and the back and forth that happens before a major contract. You have to understand that. And so what the team is making sure is he understands the significance of what is, potentially about to happen, and that he understands that as the player he is in his contract, it comes a lot more with that. And I think this is the part where he has to realize that he's now the face of the franchise, and so he has to act accordingly. So he's learning this is how it has to work. If they're going to give you the big money, this is what comes with it.
Now, JB, a long time ago, you were you retired, Hall of Famer. You were working on TV. I remember sitting down and talking to you. And one of your best advice, and I carry this to this day. You said to me, "Listen, when it comes to being talking about guys, talk about the play, but don't talk about the guy itself." You always said that to me. Here you have Ray Lewis, a Hall of Famer, who came out with a hot take. If you was to sit down with Ray Lewis, what would you say to him right now?
I would just say, Ray, think about what you're saying. You don't necessarily know what this guy is all about. You don't know him, that well personally for you to take a shot at his character. And I think that's where the issue comes in. And when you take a shot at a guy's character without really knowing who he is, then that's where the problem is. And that's where, if I'm a player, I have a problem, because you don't know me well enough to criticize me on my personal life. And now if we were good friends and you knew me very well and you criticized me, then hey, I'd have to take that. I may be upset with you, but I have to take it because you know me on a personal level. Ray Lewis, I don't think it was in that position to make that statement.
Yeah, saying essentially that God had left OBJ's life.
Yes.
Interesting comments that certainly got a lot of interesting responses from people, to say the least. I want to talk to you about running backs. Are you surprised that running back, you were such an impact player in the league?
He was an impact player.
An impact meaning he hit people and there was an impact.
He was the biggest man with the sweetest feet on this side of the Mississippi.
Are you surprised the position's devalued, and do you think teams are going to regret passing on Saquon Barkley to go for a quarterback in the
teams are definitely going to regret passing on Saquon Barkley, but this devaluation of the running back, it really is a product of the high school and colleges going to this run and this throw the ball philosophy first and run second. So now all those running backs who were really good running backs go to a linebacker position or defensive end position, because now in the colleges, there's only about 7 or 8 colleges that really run the football in a pro style. So if you're not in one of those 7 schools, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, USC, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, if you're not in one of those schools, then you're not probably going to go to the next level in terms of NFL running back. And because it's so small a market, you can't get a feature back every year. So now you have no choice but to have a 2-platoon system, because you have guys that are nowhere near capable of being your go-to guy. So you have to 2-platoon and get the best out of a couple running backs as opposed to one.
Quickly, I know you made your career of just being a bulldozer. They're trying to take the head away from the running back. Talk about that.
That's discouraging, because I understand what they're trying to do. You want to legislate some of those hits out of the game and protect
player safety,
and protect the players. I totally get it, but you have to be careful in that. Now you give the referees a tool to stay in the gray area, and that's one thing that the NFL has really tried to get away from. Make everything more crystal clear, more in plain sight, as opposed to giving the referees those gray calls that they have to make on a judgment call on. And I think here you have a situation where, yeah, some of them may be clear-cut from a defensive guy ramming his head in there, but some of those may not be the intent. And I think that's where you have a problem.
I mean, a running back who's run his whole life lowering his head, how do you get them to stop?
That's the hard part, especially when you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
As a running back, if I'm running, if I have to run behind my pads, I have to lower my head, but I'm lowering my shoulder. I'm getting my shoulder at the point of contact. The problem is my head and shoulders is kind of connected.
Yeah.
So if my shoulder goes down, the head goes down.
You told me he was smart. You told me he was smart.
That's part of the problem.
Yep, definitely.
We'll talk about your Get on the Bus contest with Stryker Orthopedics and golfer Fred Funk.
Yeah, and so, you know, this contest was really born out of my fear of going to the doctor. When I retired, obviously I had a lot of joint pain, and I understood that to be part of the job description, so to speak, and that this is something I was going to have to live with, but I realized that I didn't, right? And I could, you know, change the quality of life going to the doctor and really developing a game plan to deal with the joint pain. Well, it took Fred Funk kind of pushing me a little bit to actually do it, because Fred actually had knee replacement surgery.
Wow.
And so as a result of that, he said, hey, this is what you got to look at. You might want to consider doing that. And actually I did. I went and saw my doctor, and he gave me kind of a game plan. And so from that, I said, you know what, there's a lot more people that are in the situation that I'm in that kind of need a little bit of a push or a nudge per se. And so we're you know, I want, and Fred, we want to kind of give that nudge. And so what we're going to do is, anyone who writes into the website, and the website is patients.stryker.com, and kind of tell why you or your loved one needs a little bit of encouragement to get to the doctor's office. We're actually going to knock on the door, take you to the doctor's office, drop you off so that you can get some information and really learn about what options that you have.
Is it on a bus? Do you pick them up in a bus?
Possibly. I'm going to be getting on the bus. It's very possible. But that's the whole idea. And we're launching this thing in Pittsburgh, in Jacksonville, where Fred Funk is, and northern New Jersey. And so that's the whole idea behind this. And we want more people to get to their doctor, to find out the options that are available to them, and not be afraid to go, because you're going to see the surgeon. You know, and so that sometimes scares people. I know, because it scared me.
How do you like that? Tough football player, scared of going to the doctor.
And the myth, the legend.
That's right, working on it right now. Hall of Famer Jerome Bettis, thanks so much for stopping by and giving us a few minutes. Please come by anytime.
I would love to.
And I got to go to Pittsburgh with you two at some point here.
Oh, you will go with him. He got the key.
I'm just a fan. I'm a fan. Really look at him, man. You look good, man.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.